Now, in the previous class, we have discussed the ideal gas equation, and in the ideal gas equation, we have discussed that a gas is called an ideal gas if it follows Boyle's law and Charles' law over a wide range of temperature and pressure. Now, combining it with Avogadro law, it gives you ideal gas law. So ideal gas law can be also taken as a combined gas law. So Boyle's law states that volume inversely proportional to pressure, volume directly proportional to temperature, and volume directly proportional to number of moles. So combining all these properties, you will get V proportional to N by T. So removing the proportionality sign, you will get an R, that is called universal gas constant. Okay, so where P is called pressure, the pressure should be either in bar or in atmospheric. Okay, the volume should be in liter. N stand for number of moles, that is given mass by molar mass. R stands for universal gas constant, and if the value in bar, the value would be 0.083 liter bar Kelvin inverse mole inverse, and if pressure is given in atmospheric, then it should be 0.0821 liter atmospheric Kelvin inverse mole inverse, and R, I told you earlier, represent the work done by the gas per Kelvin per mole, and T is called temperature and unit is Kelvin. So in all the numericals, if the temperature is given in any other unit or any other variations, you should transform into Kelvin scale. So Kelvin scale is taken as a scientific scale. For all the numerical purposes, you will use the temperature in Kelvin scale. Now coming back, that various variation of the gases law. Okay, P1, you can take P1 V1 equal to P2 V2, or you can take P1 V1 by N1 T1 equal to P2 V2 by N2 V2, or P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2, or P1 by T1 equal to P2 by T2, or N is equal to P by RT, or V is equal to NIT by P. So all these things you have to take into account while solving the numericals. Now look at this question. The question said that what is the mass of 0.12 decimeter cube of oxygen at that temperature and that pressure. Okay, so volume is given to you in 0.12 decimeter cube. 1 decimeter cube is equal to 1 liter, so it is 0.12 liter. Temperature is 273 plus 150, so it comes out to be nearby 423 Kelvin, and pressure is 0.987 bar. So the unit of R should be 0.083 liter bar Kelvin inverse mole inverse. Okay, so you have to find out the mass. So what you will do, PV is equal to nRT. So first pressure you will put pressure 0.87, volume you will put 0.12. Number of moles is given mass of gas by molar mass of the gas. R is 0.83 into what? Into the T, that is 423 Kelvin. So you have to find out the mass. So mass, what is molar mass of oxygen? Now molar mass of oxygen is 32 gram per mole. So you have to find out the mass of this compound. So how would you find out? You just multiply by the number of moles. So what you get? So it comes out to be, just cross multiply the given. Okay, just cross multiply and divided, and molar mass of oxygen is 32. So what you are able to get? You are able to get mass of the oxygen. So when you calculate it comes out to be how much? It comes out to be 1088 gram. So that is the mass of oxygen. That is the mass of oxygen gas. That is the mass of the oxygen gas. Are you okay with that? Sure. Now look at the second question. It states that a 30 liter of cylinder contains 192 gram of O2 gas. What mass of O2 must be released to reduce the pressure of the cylinder to 2 bar? So that is the question. So final P is given to us. Volume remains constant, so final value is 30 liter. Okay, number of moles we do not know. Okay, and temperature also remains constant. So what is the temperature? It is not given at to take 300 Kelvin, or sorry. So what is given to you? PV equal to nRT. So you will find out the final number of moles of oxygen gas. Initial number of moles is what? Initial mass is 192 given divided by molar mass of oxygen, that is 32 divided by 6. So number of moles is what? 6. Initial number of moles is 6. So final number of moles is given like that. Okay, sure about that? So it comes out to be how much? Number of moles of O2 released equal to initial number of moles minus final number of moles. So what is initial number of moles? 6. What is final number of moles? Final number of moles is 2.459. So it comes out to be 145.3. Okay, so what is the mass here? Mass would be equal to 32 gram mass of O2, mass of the O2 that is being released. So mass of the oxygen gas that is being released is 113.312 grams. Okay, sure about that or not? So that should be the criteria here. Okay, are you okay with the situation now? So let's look at the question once more. Now it is given that pressure is equal to 2 bar and that is the final pressure. Okay, so it means that initial pressure is much more higher than the final pressure. So you have to reduce the number of moles. You have to allow the gas to escape out of the system. So you will find out the number of moles that is finally available, because final pressure, final volume, final temperature already known to us. Okay, so calculate the number of final moles and then after that subtract it from initial moles. The difference in moles multiplied by molar mass will give you the final amount that has to be leaked. This is an NCERT question. So the question states that at 0 degrees Celsius, the density of the gas of any gaseous oxide, we do not know what is that oxide. So density of that gaseous oxide, it may be MO2 or O2, what is that, or MO2, we do not know that, so take it MOX. So its density is same that of the nitrogen at 5 bar. Then what is the molar mass of the oxide? Now so pressure is given to you same. Okay, clear? So everyone knows that PM is equal to dRT. So D comes out to be PM by RT. Are you getting that or not? So here what is happening, density and temperature, they are taken constant, not that is given in the question. So you have to go by the question. So it comes out to be how much? It comes out to be P1 M1 is equal to P2 M2. Okay, so what is P1? Answer is pressure of N2 gas, and that the pressure and normal oxide. Okay, so what is pressure of the nitrogen gas? That is 5 bar. What is molar mass? 28. P2 is of the gas is 2 bar. Molar mass we do not know. Now we know the molar mass, that is 70. So molar mass of the gas is 70 gram per mole. 70 gram per mole, that is the molar mass of the gas. So let's look at the question once more. The oxide can be anything, we do not know. Okay, Pm is equal to dRT, so density is equal to Pm by RT. So this will come down. Now temperature and density, they are constant according to the given question. So you can take R is already universal gas constant. So only variable term is pressure into molar mass. So pressure into molar mass of N2 is equal to pressure into molar mass of the given oxide. So you after that just put the value and you will get the answer by cross multiplication. Now next question is also an NCERT problem. It states that pressure of 1 gram of an ideal gas, 1 gram of an ideal gas A at 27 degrees Celsius found to be 2 bar. So the pressure of the gas A is 2 bar. Okay, but the mass of gas A is only 1 gram. Second, when 2 gram of another gas B, so now next is B. So when 2 gram of B is introduced at the same temperature, so T is constant. The pressure becomes 3 bar. Now the P total is 3 bar. Now what is the P total now here? Initially PA is present, now PB is also present. So if PA is given to, what is PB? So PB comes out to be 1 bar. So pressure of the gas A is 2 bar while pressure of the gas B is 1 bar. Okay, T is constant. So it comes out to be how much? It comes out to P by N equal to RT. So this is constant because T is constant, R is universal gas constant. So it comes out to be P by V is constant, is equal to what? Is equal to constant value for this particular question. So it is partial pressure of A into VA divided by number of moles of A by number of moles of B. Now since it is the same vessel, same flask given in the question, same flask, so VA and VB is also equal. So VA also equal to VB. Cancel out. So what is pressure of gas A? Answer is 2. What is number of moles? It is given mass of A by molar mass of A. Pressure of B is 1. Given mass of B by molar mass of B. So it goes up down. So it comes out to be how much? It comes out to be 2 into MA divided by 2. Why? Given mass of A is 2. Sorry, given mass of A is 1. What is given mass of B? Given mass of B is 2. So it will cross multiply. It comes out to 4 MA is equal to MB. So MA by MB comes out to be 1:4. Comes out to be 1:4. So that is the answer. Easy, and that is too easy. Question once more now, that if you take gas A at 2 bar in a vessel, okay, so previously only gas A, but when you introduce gas B into that, the pressure becomes 3 bar. So volume and temperature remains constant. but due to the introduction of gas B, the pressure increased to 3. So pressure that is developed by B is equal to 1 bar. So you will take this equation into account. Okay, VA is equal to VB, also given to you. So it comes out to be PA. So the real issue is equal to constant, that is K. So this question is sorted by P by N. So it means if temperature and volume are constant, then P is equal to or proportional to N. This discussion also lead to one more point, that pressure of gas proportional to its given mass but inverse to its molar mass. Okay, are you sure about that or not? So if the molar mass of the gas is high, its pressure will be slightly less if volume and temperature kept constant. So that is also an NCERT question. The question is that what is the total pressure put up by a mixture of 3.2 gram of methane and 4.4 gram of CO2 gas, okay, that is present in a 9 liter flask, because I told you already 1 decimeter cube means 1 liter. So in this case what you will get the answer like that. So total number of moles in this case will be the number of moles of the mixture of the gas. Why? Because both the gases are contained in the same vessel. So number of moles mixture will be good. Number of moles of methane plus number of moles of CO2. So it comes out to be given mass by molar mass, that is also given by molar mass. So it is 0.2 plus 0.1 comes out to be 0.3. So what can you get? You can get PV equal to nRT. So what is the pressure here? The pressure here in this case, we have to find out. Volume is 9 liter, number of moles is 0.3, R is 0.083 bar, and T comes out to be 27 degrees Celsius, so 300 Kelvin. So pressure in this case would be equal to what? It comes out to be 0.83 bar. How much that is? 0.83 bar. Everyone knows that bar is equal to 10 power 5 Pascal. That is the final answer, just to give you an idea. Then 8.3 into 10 power 4 Pascal can also be the answer. Okay, sure about that? Are you okay with the situation? Okay. SI unit is bar, so answer should be stop here only, because SI unit is bar. So look at the question once more, that in a vessel you got what? You got two gases, that is methane, and the other gas is what? The second gas is carbon dioxide. So these two gases are present in the same vessel, so volume and temperature should be the same. So in the ideal gas equation PV equal to nRT, you can take number of moles as the mixture in place of number of moles of a single component. Are you okay with the situation now? Now that is also an NCERT question. What is the NCERT question tells us? The NCERT question tells us that what is the pressure of the gaseous mixture when 0.2 liter of H2 gas at that much pressure and 2 liter of O2 at both the gases are taken in. So the vessel A contains H2 and the vessel B contains oxygen gas, and both these gases are introduced into a new vessel, that is C. So in this case the volume is 0.5 liter and pressure is 0.8 bar, and in the gas B, that is oxygen, the volume is 2 liter and the pressure is 0.7 bar, and the volume C is 1 liter. So this gas, that is oxygen, and the gas A, that is hydrogen, are now both introduced in the same vessel. Are you getting that or not? Now since the temperature is kept constant, so you can say that the pressure of the gases will be the partial pressure of their mixture. So pressure of gas A initial into volume initial is equal to what? Pressure final and volume final. So what is final volume? That is 1 liter. So P dash of H2 final will be what? What is PA? 0.8 into what is final volume? That is 0.5. So what is the partial pressure of H2 in the new vessel C? The answer is 0.4 bar. Okay, sure about that. Now what about the partial pressure of gas B and partial pressure of gas B in the final conditions? So it is partial pressure of oxygen gas into volume of the vessel. So partial pressure of O2 into volume is 1 liter of the, what is PB here? PB equal to 0.7, volume is 0.2, so comes out to be 1.4 bar. Now you will add up the partial pressure of both the gases. So you can take P total in this case will be pressure of hydrogen gas plus pressure of O2 gas. So it is 0.4 and 1.4. So total pressure is 1.8 bar. Are you okay with the situation now? So it is 0.4 bar and 1.4 bar. Are you okay with that? Sure. I am repeating once more. H2 gas is present here and O2 gas is present here. Both these gases are together introduced in the vessel C under same set of temperature. Temperature is kept constant. So in the final scenario, the total pressure will be the partial pressure of the both the gases taken together. Now you have to look at the question. What is the question? The Dranex cleaner, Dranex contains aluminium and caustic soda, it means NaOH, which produces hydrogen. What volume of H2 at 20 degrees Celsius and at 1 bar will be produced when 0.15 gram of aluminium it indicates that 0.15 gram of aluminium indicates that aluminium is what? Aluminium is the limiting reagent. Now look at this question, that 2 moles of aluminium produces how much? Look at this equation. 3 moles of H2 produces what? 3 moles of H2. Okay, so at STP what happens? At STP, so aluminium molar mass is 27, so you can say that 54 gram of aluminium produces 3 into 22,400 ml of H2. Now 0.15 gram of aluminium produces how much? It produces x ml of H2. Okay, you have to find out that XML. That XML comes out to be how much? That XML comes out to be 3 into 20 1400 into 0.15 by 54, so it is 186.7 ml of H2 at STP. So it comes out to be how much? It comes out to be P1 V1 T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2. So what is P1 here? P1 here at is 1 bar. 1 bar is the, what is the volume here? Okay, sorry, this volume, yeah, it is at STP, that is the volume here, because if you taken 1 atmospheric only, then the volume. So P1 is 1.103 bar, okay, into what is V1 is 186.7, because 1 atmospheric is equal to 1.013 bar into 187. What is the T1 there? T1 is there is 273. What is P2 here? P2 here comes out to be 1 bar. Volume we have to find out. Temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, that is 293 Kelvin. So V2 comes out to be how much? So V2 comes out to be 203 ml. It is what? 203 ml. That is the value of what? That is the value of what? That is the value of the volume. Are you getting that in your mind now? Are you sure? So that is pretty much sure. So let's look at the answer once more. Aluminium react with NaOH. So 2 moles of aluminium react with 2 moles of NaOH to gives you 3 moles of H2. So 3 moles of H2 means 3 into, so in this case 1 atmospheric this value, so it is 1.3 bar. Okay, so 54 gram will give you that much of hydrogen, so 0.15 will give you X ml of hydrogen. So by treating that, okay, you can get that value. And then now this value is at STP. When the pressure is 1 atmospheric, that is 1.013 bar, and temperature is 273 Kelvin. So applying that condition, so this is the STP condition, and that is the given condition. So by comparing STP versus given, you will find out the value of V2. Now the question is that the density of a gas is found to be this at that much bar. What will be the density at STP? What will be the density at STP? So I already told you that in this case that PM equal to dRT. Molar mass of the gas is constant and universal gas is constant. So you can say that D1 T1 by P1 is equal to D2 T2 by P2. So what is D1 found to be? D1 found to be 5.4, T1 found to be 300, and P1 found to be 2 bar. D2 we do not know, but T2 we know, that is 273, and it is 1 bar pressure. So D2 comes out to be how much? It is comes out to be 5.4 into 150 divided by 273. So it comes out to be 3.04 gram per liter under STP condition. So that is very simple question you have to find out. Okay, so I'm repeating once more. Molar mass is constant, R is constant, so dt by P is equal to taken as what? Is taken as constant also. Are you sure about that?